Welcome back, everyone, to the top 8 of Canbrawl. It's been 7 grueling rounds. It's a long day, and we finally have our top 8.
Yeah. Going into the quarterfinals, we have Jennifer Rose versus Ryan. Grixis Mirror.
We have a Grixis Mirror. Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna be having Deadpool, switching with Deadpool, switching with other
Emperor
things.
of Bones targeting Deadpools, and there's gonna be a lot of things moving around here, a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. The thing that I'm actually looking forward to is both of these players have Price of Progress in the sideboard. I don't know. Do you side in Price of Progress in the Mirror?
I think there's a bit of a head game to be played there.
Yeah.
Do they have prize? Do they not have prize? Because you can definitely get someone with it.
Yep.
But it's very bad if you're behind.
Yeah, so I could imagine it being like one of those things that you should side in when you're on the play, but not on the draw, something like that?
Maybe. I think it's a bit of a sneaky strat you're going for if you're doing it. Maybe not optimal, but can certainly win games.
Yeah, fair. So Jennifer is coming in third on the docket, which means that they get to choose whether to play or draw.
Yeah, she was 5-0-2, so she got to double ID, so undefeated in the Swiss effectively, and
Excellent.
granted her a nice place in the top half of the bracket.
Yeah, excellent. So let's work out whether we're going to see a mulligan here or not. Is that an expressive iteration, steam vents?
It's Undercity Sewers, Deathrite Shaman, Fatal Push, Force of Negation, and a Marsh Flats, I believe.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Good eyes. Good eyes, Kakar.
The glasses, they help.
Well, look, I'm wearing glasses too.
So's Ryan.
Yeah, okay.
He should be able to see Jennifer's hand.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so she leads off with a Marsh Flats, and I'm assuming going to deploy a Deathrite. Can't see Ryan's hand. Oh, now we can.
Yeah, okay.
I think I saw Underground, Brainstorm, Nethergoyf, Steam Vents. He shuffles his hand too fast, and his deck is full of alters. Not alters, but alternate arts.
Yeah,
Nethergoyf
yeah.
too there, all right.
So both players keeping their hand of 7.
Yeah, I don't want to mulligan too much in a matchup that is very, grindy.
For sure.
There's a Ledger Shredder there as well for Ryan.
So, Deathrite coming down with the fetch land, meaning that it can produce mana straight off the bat. Let's see if it survives the turn.
An Inquisition of Kozilek here from Ryan after having drawn a Wooded Foothills for turn. Inquisition seeing 3 options here. What do you take here? I reckon I take the Expressive Iteration.
Yeah, look, just it provides the card advantage that Jennifer already has the mana advantage with the Deathrite Shaman, so taking off the card advantage, I think that's a good play.
Yeah, she's got 2 other lands in hand to make her 1 on the board to make it 3, so I think she's quite set already on mana, and these Grixis decks don't need a lot of mana to operate heavily because most of the expensive spells they have are substitute costs such as Delve. All right.
Having that information as well. Right, Ryan has shown to be a very competent player. So is Jennifer Rose. And having that information about what's in the hand can go a long way.
Jennifer's about to throw one back with the duress that she's just drawn. So she doesn't have the ability to pitch the blue spell to the Force of Negation anymore because the Expressive Iteration got exiled. So fighting back on a hand attack axis here is pretty decent. Sees an Expressive Iteration and a Brainstorm. Ledger Shredder, Nethergoyf, Wooded Foothills, and a Steam Vents. So can take the Brainstorm, can take the Iteration. I reckon I may be taking the Iteration here.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to choose because there is this Brainstorm and a fetch land that Ryan's got access to.
Yep. Geez, that's a hard one. Because single blue also gets the trigger on the Ledger Shredder as well. If in terms of mana cost, being 1 less mana.
Ledger Shredder I found very good in this matchup because the amount of spells that are being cast by this Grixis deck in a turn is usually at least 2.
And so Jennifer Rose agreeing to take the Brainstorm. Yeah.
I think maybe Ryan potentially fixing his hand, maybe a bit more detrimental than what the Expressive Iteration could get. And it's also a bit of a while away before it's getting full value.
Yeah. And that might run into a counterspell or something like that.
Yeah, so Surveil lands, keeping it on top. Ryan's drawn a Polluted Delta for turn. I think he just deploys a Ledger Shredder here.
It makes sense to me. Just get out there.
And get rid of the Wooded Foothills, worth fetching your hand. Probably finding a Volcanic here.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, and Ledger Shredder is going to, I imagine, get Fatal Pushed.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the first few turns of this is usually just an exchange of resources. Jennifer getting to eat a land from Ryan's graveyard as well not irrelevant, especially with like delve threats and stuff. Like attacking the graveyard is powerful.
And that, I mean, straight heads-up play in terms of Jennifer Rose deciding to not attack with the Deathrite Shaman for 1 damage, and instead she chose to keep that mana open to be able to play the Fatal Push, making that mana-efficient play, which just, I mean, this is the kind of thing I think I would have been greedy and actually got it in for 1 damage, just thinking that maybe Ryan doesn't play out the Wedge Shredder, but instead, it's... just tight plays.
Yeah, and gets rewarded here after as well, drawing the Kaito and getting to attack with the Deathrite and ninjutsu in the Kaito. It's very hard when this thing is resolved, especially onto an empty board, how to get through here. Because Jennifer's going to start drawing cards, sees a Mystic Sanctuary and a Daze. Are you keeping any of these? I think the Daze is kind of questionable. You do have, it does give you a blue card for the Force of Negation. Looks like she's choosing to put the Sanctuary back on top as well as keep the Daze. So she's given herself Force of Negation back up in case the Daze fails, as well as the Mystic Sanctuary to put the Expressive Iteration back on top of the deck. So if Jennifer gets to connect again with this Kaito, she's going to have the ability to draw the Expressive Iteration.
With the Mystic Sanctuary, yeah, that's tight. Very nice, very nice. So what's Ryan going to draw in order to get back into this game? Because that Kaito is going to be a real pain.
Yeah, so from the main board, something that is able to destroy a Planeswalker, so Molten Collapse.
Yep.
That plays around Daze, but not the Force of Negation. Ryan does know Jennifer has the Force of Negation, but doesn't know if she's got the blue card. But he can probably take a guess that she does.
Yeah.
Kaito keeping both cards at the top. Knows about the Deathrite in hand as well, so it's just the one unknown.
I suppose just playing out a bunch of creatures.
Yeah, that works as well, but does play into the Daze as the Emperor of Bones gets there. Would you consider maybe running the Nethergoyf out second?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I mean, like if you're thinking about force of will, then you'd prefer the Nethergoyf to get forced rather than the Emperor of Bones.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking about Daze, then obviously you want to resolve the Emperor of Bones first. So, yeah, hard call to make.
Yeah, well, the Nethergoyf's not going to do much as Kaito's just stunned it.
Yep. So we've got Force of Negation, hard cast kept open, and Ryan just deciding to deploy some creatures instead, which can't be targeted by that Force of Negation. What's that Expressive Iteration? That can.
Still gets the Surveil trigger, which is not irrelevant. Putting cards in the graveyard, very good for this deck, and you do have a Nethergoyf in play, so might be in the graveyard later.
Yep. So we got, I don't know if Delirium is on there.
It is. We have Sorcery and Inquisition. Brainstorm is an instant. Ledger Shredder as a creature and 2 fetch lands, as well as an Emperor Bones as a second creature.
Yeah, cool.
So Delirium is on, which does mean it is threatening to kill the Kaito next turn.
Yeah. But the Kaito can get in for 3 damage here and can maybe try and find a removal spell. Heads up play just from Jennifer in terms of choosing. Like we were talking about whether you take that Brainstorm or the Expressive Iteration. And the question is, will Jennifer be able to actually have the mana open to be able to counter that Expressive Iteration that plays later in the game? And that's exactly what happens.
So she's drawn a Lightning Bolt here, and Ryan is hellbent. So she does have the ability to just bolt the DRC. The Nethergoyf is still off for a turn. She can choose to play the Mystic Sanctuary and put the Expressive Iteration back on top of the deck and draw it with Kaito if she desires. She can even deploy the Deathrite amongst all this as well, which I think gives her a huge board advantage. And with the Expressive Iteration either on top of the deck or in hand, it's quite a lot to deal with.
For sure. So we're going to see an activation of that Kaito, but it might be a tick up.
Zero, maybe. So Wooded Foothills, the other draw. I imagine that's going into the graveyard.
I imagine so. We only have 1 red source, so we can't play that Expressive Iteration this turn.
No.
But,
I think we're okay with that. Opponent's Hellbent has another Goyf with a stun counter on it still, and nothing so much in the tank.
And we see just both players having a bit of a chuckle there, as they both know that Expressive Iteration is in hand, despite that little shuffle. Which
Cameo the draw for Ryan. This could be a way to get back into the game, but it's a bit slow, I think.
Well, we'll see what happens with this Expressive Iteration. Only 1 red source means that cards like Lightning Bolt, Unholy Heat.
Yeah.
Or, well, I guess red cards.
The Death Right does still exist as a way to produce red mana, and I think we've seen a Reanimate and a Deadpool amongst the cards in EI there.
Yeah, cool.
Taking a look. Yeah, Ponder as well as the third one.
There's a lot of options here.
Yeah, I think you put the Deadpool into your hand, and then either of the other two are perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, you could reanimate. What are you reanimating here? What are we doing?
Well, there's a DRC and a Ledger Shredder in Ryan's bin. Jennifer's... I don't think Jennifer has any creatures in her graveyard.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
So she opts with the Ponder, Reanimate to hand, and Deadpool to the bottom.
Yeah, okay. So going, you know what? The 4 mana is a lot of mana to invest in something, so maybe I don't want to trade that.
And the Kaito is going to be able to continue to tick up and such.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely wondering what her plan is for this Nethergoyf attacking next turn.
For sure. Well, it could be just jump up with the Death Right, or it could be find a Fatal Push with this.
Yeah, it could be, or there's the Unholy Heat.
Yep, which... just checking to see if we've got Delirium.
Instant land sorcery. Doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Okay. So we could see a Surveil with the Kaito, but that's not going to be enough to actually get Delirium on. So, yeah. Maybe we'll see a shuffle here.
Could take the... Yeah, that wouldn't quite do it. I mean, you could always roll down the Kaito and stun the Nethergoyf again and put the Kaito in the bin. That'd turn on Delirium.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I don't think that's the best play.
Look, probably not. But it is a play.
It is a play. The problem with Jennifer taking this Unholy Heat is that she's got 2 fetches to kind of brick on, and the Mystic Sanctuary's already been used. So...
Yeah, but if you take the Unholy Heat, you can mill both of the cards with the Kaito activation, draw one more card, and try to find something.
You can do that. Unfortunately, still don't have Delirium for the Unholy Heat to deal with that Nethergoyf.
Yeah, but you can block the Nethergoyf with the Deathrite Charmer, and that would be the creature in the bin.
Oh, yeah.
That would mean the Unholy Heat works.
Yep. Downside after that, I guess, is just that the Nethergoyf can come back.
Yeah. All right. So
we've got to reanimate here on a DRC. As we know, Delirium is not active, so it's currently a 1/1. Mm-hmm. But Jennifer passing here, you reckon maybe just chump the Nethergoyf?
Yeah, it could be interesting. Yeah, maybe chump the Nethergoyf.
Or do you reckon that she has a way to trigger Surveil or trigger Delirium at instant speed and block the Tamiyo with the...
Oh, we're talking about a sneaky little Surveil land? Is that what we're talking about? Are you doing?
Maybe. Does Jennifer have a second one in her deck? She's definitely used one already.
Yeah. I can have a...
If the Thundering falls. But also any instant or sorcery can potentially Surveil with the Dragon's Rage Channeler in play.
So I can't see Thundering Falls in this deck list. Although it's...
Doesn't look like we've got one there.
Yep.
Ryan debating what he's going to do. So attacking with the Tamiyo. Nethergoyf going... He's drawn a land for the turn to play. Gets a clue token. Potentially sacks it before blocks. But looks like he's going to let Jennifer choose what she wants to do and give her some options.
For sure. Oh, I mean, there's so much going on here. There's not that many actual cards there, but because of the activated abilities being so plentiful on all of these different cards and all the different texts and stuff, you know, like the Tamiyo being 2 cards, like one on the front, one on the back, the Deathrite Shaman having all these activated abilities, the Kaito having all these activated abilities, just a lot going on.
Yeah, and Jennifer choosing to let the Kaito die here, and I think this is because Ryan's on 6 life, and this is going to enable the Dragon's Rage Channeler to be a 3/3 flyer.
Yep.
And that, along with the Deathrite, makes a very quick clock.
Yeah, and we've got the Deathrite activation here.
Yep.
Just wondering if it has Summoning Sickness. That's what's going on. So, exile the Brainstorm. Ryan sees the writing on the wall.
Yep, Ryan realizes he's dead and takes his DRC back.
Yeah, fair enough. So let's talk about this sideboard, because it's the mirror here, and I've got this dream of Price of Progress.
All right.
So like I'm gonna keep having that dream, even if our players don't agree with us here. Maybe I'll bring up the text on Price of Progress for those that haven't had the pleasure of playing with or against this card.
I've definitely had a lot of pleasure playing the card. It makes a lot of people very upset.
So red and 1, instant. Price of Progress deals damage to each player equal to twice the number of non-basic lands that player controls. So if you've got 4 non-basics out, 5 non-basics out, 5 non-basics out, 10 damage. Bang.
That's a lot of damage for 2 mana as well.
Yeah.
So had a quick look at what Jennifer is bringing in. Looks like a Carpet of Flowers, Choke, 1 of her 2 red blasts, and 2 blue blasts. Or the other way around, sorry. 2 red blasts, 1 blue blast.
Yeah, okay. So Carpet of Flowers. I can't see a Choke in the sideboard.
Sorry, not Choke, Colligan's Command.
Colligan's Command, okay.
Very different cards. Just thinking Carpet of Flowers and got Chokers at the same time.
Yeah, fair. There's certainly some different options. That Colligan's Command does seem like a lot of value. And I could see, like, if you're on the play from Ryan's side, Opposition Agent being a potential card to bring in, maybe try and snag a fetch land early on in the game.
Yeah, I generally don't like Opposition Agent in this matchup. It feels very like try and get your moments, where Grixis has a lot of tools to maneuver out of those get your moments. Instant speed removal and such, like the Fatal Push thing, for example, comes to mind, especially because if they're flashing it in response to you cracking a fetch land, it means Revolt is already triggered when you cast the Fatal Push.
Yeah, that's fair.
Plus there's Unholy Heat, Bolt, counter spells. It's very easy to deal with an Opposition Agent.
Yeah, that is true. And sometimes you just keep 3 mana open, you pass the turn, they play fetch land, and they just pass the turn back to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Can't even get them. Like, everyone has dreams of getting people with Opposition Agent, but I find it happens way less often than people think.
Than we dream of it happening.
Yeah, or everyone was concerned about when the card first got spoiled. Like, I know I was definitely scared of what it might possibly do.
Yeah,
you know, sure. Everyone lives in fear of Dark Ritual, I think, is the...
So Opposition Agent is a flash creature, black and 2 for a 3/2. Your opponents, you control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. So if your opponent tries to crack a fetch land, or does crack a fetch land, you actually get to control their library, and you get to exile a card from their library so that you can, and then you get to play that land. So they're kind of like, it's like a strip mine on crack, because you...
Do you have a good Opposition Agent story?
Most of my Opposition Agent stories involve...
losing to it?
No, just kind of doing nothing.
The best Opposition Agent I've cast was into a Hour of Promise. The one's like tutor for 2 lands of any choice against my lands opponent, and took their strip mine and wasteland. Oh. I still lost that game.
Jeez.
All right, Ryan with a mulligan here.
The best one that I've seen is Opposition Agent in response to Imperial Recruiter.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, just exile all of your goblins.
Yeah.
There.
All right, Jennifer with Duress, Deathrite, Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, Colligan's Command, and an Undercity Sewers as her only mana source by the looks of it. Also a Pyroblast, good in the matchup. So she's got a lot of cards that are very powerful and efficient. Her mana's a bit awkward though, and doesn't have any red sources, so she is going to be relying on this Deathrite this game, or the ability to draw out of it.
Yeah, so Ryan mulligan to 6, put 1 card on the bottom, and we're starting with a Probe.
Yep, so he's going to see what's up and see that Jennifer may not have a turn 1 play next turn.
If we take...
There's a Git Probe. We're not taking anything.
Yeah, good point.
Imagine that. 2 life Thoughtseize.
2 life Thoughtseize?
It's already 2 life. Why make it mana cheaper?
Fair. I mean, Thoughtseize also takes 2 life, so...
Yeah, this would also draw you a card. That seems insane.
Yeah, true.
I'll take a 4-point life swing for a 2-point card swing.
Yep. So, fetch land off for Ryan, going down to 17, and then we'll see whether we have a turn 1 play.
If we're fetching now, I think we're going to see something.
Yeah,
maybe a DRC or a cantrip.
Yep.
And there's a Ponder in hand.
That beautiful Ponder.
The turtle.
Yeah.
Does that mean you resolve it slowly?
Yeah, I think you have to.
All right. Well, Ryan's ignoring us and just going to resolve it really fast.
Wow, classic Ryan.
I mean, if you look at the top 3 cards, you don't like them. Very easy decision to make.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so shuffle, draw a card.
Pyrogoyf at that.
Pyrogoyf's a good card.
Yeah, we got Pyrogoyf, consider.
That's Surveil. I think that looks like a Mystic Sanctuary to me. And
Oh, that's not the land you want to be seeing, but I don't know if you can afford to be picky at this rate.
yeah, so keep that one on top and see what happens next.
Yeah, she's drawn a Ledger Shredder for turn, so we've got a
Consider? Yeah.
Definitely, that was his land drop for turn. I think both players are...
Both players looking for lands here.
Jennifer has the bonus of being able to play a Death Right here, and her second land coming into tap doesn't seem to punish her. And the Fatal Push.
What is that? What is that land?
The Gloom Lake Verge.
Gloom Lake Verge. Okay, thank you very much.
And Scalding Tongue, as well as the other land. Jennifer draws a Reanimate for turn. Only the one black source, so she's still constricted to like one spell a turn. And as is Ryan a bit, so even though the most mana efficient thing she can do is to play this Ledger Shredder, it may not get the value she wants out of it.
I think that's a mental misstep in hand for Ryan as well.
Yep, it's a mental misstep, which hits every other card in Jennifer's hand right now. Ryan going for the end step fetch land.
Very nice. Let's bring up the text on Ledger Shredder, because that card has been seeing some play and is also incredibly good.
Yeah, this was one of the bigger cards to come out for from New Capenna that affected Highlander and quite a few other formats actually as well. It alongside Unlicensed Hearse, I think, are the two main culprits you see from that set in 7-point.
As well as the Tri-Lands. That's it?
Yeah, they don't see as much play, and the other ones from Ikoria, but there was definitely a time period where Tri-Lands were seeing play.
A fair bit of play, yeah.
Yeah.
So getting up to 4 lands for Ryan, and we see that Pyrogoyf being deployed.
It's a big Goyf as well. Looks like it's going to shoot the Ledger Shredder.
Yeah.
And Jennifer draws in Basic Island. Ooh, that's not the best thing when you go to hand reliant on all this.
Well, it's better than like a red card.
That's true. I think I'd rather a mana source though.
Yeah, look, one that taps for mana that I require in order to cast my spells does seem like a good play.
Yeah, so she doesn't have the ability to Fatal Push this Pyrogoyf at the moment, so she's just going to have to go for the Duress and try and keep Ryan from gaining any more traction.
Ryan's got to have that, do I misstep this? And the answer is yes.
I think the answer is almost always yes, because you at least get to hide your hand.
You get to hide your hand, but at the cost of 2 off.
Yep.
So sometimes, like, you want to go, I'll just reveal my hand and you can take this mental misstep and I'll save the 2 off.
Yeah.
But I agree. Most of the time, just fire off that mental misstep.
Yeah. Ryan choosing to value his resources here, as you know, is like he is behind on cards and but ahead on board. So he's got to try and make the most out of that. Tameo off the top. And
we really need a red source off the top here for Jennifer.
Ooh, yep. There's a Baleful Strix.
Oh, actually.
It's not a bad one.
Baleful Strix into a red source would be...
Well, that would be quite good.
Yeah.
And it's a Tasiga.
It's a Tasiga. Oh.
It's a very expensive Tasiga.
Yeah.
The Jennifer kind of in trouble here with just having the lands she's drawn after this Undercity Sewers being 2 basic blue sources, effectively.
Yeah. Look, on the draw with a Surveil land, I think that's a reasonable keep.
So Ryan's got in his hand Blue Elemental Blast and Hydro Blast.
But we see no attack, so that Baleful Strix really just
holding down the fort here, yeah. And Jennifer draws the Steam Vents, so that's her red source.
Yeah. So why would you not attack there with that Pyrogoyf? What's going on here?
I don't want to lose it to the Baleful Strix. I think Baleful Strix, once it's in play, is not exactly the most difficult thing to remove. Aside from the fact it is a 1 toughness creature, also an artifact, and blue, meaning it gets hit by quite a lot of the deck.
That makes sense. I guess the other thing is that Pyrogoyf has that ability to trigger whenever you play another Goyf. So if you get another Goyf, then it gets to trigger off that Pyrogoyf as well.
Yeah.
Meaning that you can get a hell of a lot of value.
So we got Tasiga eating all of Jennifer's graveyard. She's leaving open the red source.
So we've got an Urza's Bauble coming out here. The old Bauble effect, which will make my monster grow in that Pyrogoyf, putting an artifact in the bin. as well as drawing a card later on. And I think that Ryan is doing that trick where I want to draw all my cards in one turn so that I can flip that Tameo.
Yeah, because now you'll be able to attack with the Tameo, break the clue. You've already drawn a card off the bauble for your turn, so even if the Strix blocks, Tameo flips, doesn't die.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
All right.
And then what are the 2 cards left in hand for Ryan there?
The Blue Elemental Blast and Hydro Blast.
Okay, so a lot of counter spells there, but Jennifer has full grip. Full grip.
Yeah, she's drawn a Corey Steel Cutter, so it's going to be interesting if she tries to go for a Steel Cutter into something else, which I imagine the Steel Cutter is going to be met with one of the blue blasts.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It does create a lot of value, particularly when Jennifer's on 14.
So attack in with the Tasker here.
For 4 damage, that Pyroglyph can grow to like what? Instant sorcery, land, artifact. So 4/5.
Yep.
Yep.
So breaking it.
But if Jennifer manages to remove some cards from the graveyard, then I could easily see that being
Reveals Fatal Push.
Okay.
Which I believe Ryan already knew about.
All right, the bolt. But we are met with a Blue Elemental Blast. So no killing my Pyroglyph today.
Yeah, so it looks like this is just going to be a classic bounce.
Yep. Unless Jennifer goes, you know what, maybe I'm going to respond with something. I can't see everything in her hand.
She's got a Red Elemental Blast, but no red mana to cast it. So she actually doesn't have anything that can react in any meaningful way, like the Fatal Push. I don't know, you could kill the Tameo.
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
So Ryan's drawing for his upkeep.
Nope, he's drawing for Bauble.
Baubles, yeah, his upkeep Bauble, and now drawing for turn.
Yeah, drawing for upkeep, yes, that is another way of saying it.
Oh, we've got a Ledger Shredder here as well. So if we have another spell, but it looks like the second card Ryan picked up was a land. Has the Hydroblast in hand? Is Hydroblast the one you can target anything?
That's a good question. I'll bring it up. I don't think it'd be like a good use of resources, considering you can just crack the clue.
I agree, but it would be funny.
Yeah, it would. So yes,
can target if it's red.
Spell if it's red, so it doesn't need to be red.
Oh, it's a Baleful Strix, not a land that Ryan's drawn. So that's going to trigger the Connive and flip the Tameo.
Yep, and we see a Fatal Push in response.
Yeah, and the Blue Elemental Blast not going to do its thing there.
Yep.
And Strix resolves. And there's the Red Blast.
So we might even see a Red Blast on that Baleful Strix, just so I can start getting in with the Pyroglyph.
Yeah, I think if I knew Jennifer's hand here, taking out that Strix there would be very powerful, I think, just because you then get to attack in with the Pyroglyph and maybe swing, but I also don't want to lower my shields against a full grip like that.
Yeah, I can see that. And you might go, you know what? Like, I've got a pretty good board here. I've got like these Tassica bounces with the Pyroglyph. I've got a Ledger Shredder that's going to get value. I've got like a Baleful Strix to match your Baleful Strix. So at some point, I'm going to find like a good, like clean answer to this Baleful Strix. And in the meantime, I can keep up on my counter spells for some more juicy spells that Jennifer might have in hand.
Yeah, I think one of the risky things about attacking with this Tassica is that the Pyroglyph can technically get bigger at instant speed by putting an artifact into the bin, as there's 2 Baleful Strixes in play.
Well, no, we've already got an artifact in the bin with the
Blue Bauble. Yeah, we do too.
Yeah. So I think, what do we miss? We've got instant, sorcery, artifact, land, creature. I think it's maybe now it's a 5/6.
Yeah, so it was already bigger than the Tassica.
Yeah,
because it was missing creature last combat.
Yeah.
But now that Tameo has entered the bin.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. So. This is 2 great players playing the same deck here, just going back and forth and making these decisions. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, it certainly is. Jennifer's got an Emperor of Bones here, and I think it looks like she's just playing Corey Steelcutter. I imagine this gets eaten by a blast.
Wow, it's pretty scary with the amount of cards that Jennifer has in hand.
Yeah, it might run away with the game. And also the blue blasts tend to have fewer targets in this deck than the red blasts.
All right, so that one gets cannon. We've got 1 spell here, 2nd spell here. And we'll trigger the Connive.
Ooh, Cling to Dust. That's a pretty good one.
Oh, get some value.
Yeah. And kind of nothing can attack at the moment. There's just Baleful Strix on each side.
Yeah, well, we've got that Emperor of Bones is going to be able to exile the artifact if Jennifer would like.
Yeah.
But
chooses to exile the Cling.
You know what? That's fair enough.
That makes more sense.
That's fair enough.
I think of the cards that are currently in play or in fields, that is the one which might lose you the game the most. And DRC off the top for Ryan.
Is there some consideration to keeping the Cling to Dust in hand because of the Emperor of Bones interaction?
I think Ryan really valued the red elemental blast there.
That makes sense.
Or pyroblast.
Being able to kill that opposing Baleful Strix does seem like it would do some work.
Yeah, would it be interesting if he chooses to go for the aggressive line here?
Yeah.
With Jennifer being tapped out, but at the same time, we don't really want any creatures going under Emperor of Bones at like inopportune times. And so if we lose our only piece of interaction, we could get really blown out by like a Pyrogoyf dying and Emperor of Bones bringing it back and just swinging the game entirely.
Good point.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of swinging Emperor of Bones these days. I feel like half the games we've commentated have been won by creatures that were taken from the other player.
yeah, Emperor of Bones with some Deadpools and some
Ragavans hitting some Overlords, like reanimating opponents.
Yeah, milling some cards, getting Emperor of Bones back, putting that in play, doing some things.
It really is a trading card game sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
So Lorien revealed Colligan's Command, Reanimate, and Pyroblast. Jennifer's got quite a few decisions here, and different ways to gain value. Leads off by cycling the Lorien revealed.
Very nice.
Yep. Don't have the 5th mana to cast it, so maybe not where we want to be right now. Maybe finding a tropical island here in case she wants access to green mana later, but I might be more interested in getting the second black or red source.
Yep, makes sense.
She agrees, going with the second red source, as that is currently, I think, the thing that is constricting her hand.
And of course, you can't get red-black with Lorien revealed.
That is true. You could get a Xander's Lounge, but I don't think these Grixis decks want to play that.
So, second red source into play. And tapping straight away. What are we doing?
We're Pyroblasting the Ledger Shredder.
Yeah, that's the first spell being played this turn, so no activation on the Connive there.
And that leaves her with a Colligan's Commander and a Reanimate, as well as this Emperor of Bones being able to start doing things. So Jennifer's going to have a look at a graveyard here, seeing what the most threatening card is, or if she's just going to look for value.
Makes sense. You can make the Pyrogoyf shrink by removing the artifact. No, because there's a Corey Steelcutter in the bin as well.
Isaac, what do you think happens if you Emperor of Bones, a Tameo Inquisitive Student, and flip it?
It's really good for your opponent.
Yeah. Very good for your opponent. You just give them a flip Tameo.
So Tameo says exile this card and then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Even gets around the finality counter from the Emperor of Bones.
Yeah, because it's not even dying. It's getting exiled and then coming back.
Ryan in the end step going to go with a Pyroblast on the Baleful Strix. Looks like he's trying to get aggressive here in some way. Or this might have been...
Yeah, okay. To the bin. And I think it's also having that Surveil as well.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and the draw step Colligan's Command to shatter the Sphinx and make Ryan discard a card.
But we got an instant.
There's a Colligan's Command back.
So to kill your creature and make you discard a card.
And then suddenly neither player had any resources.
Wow.
I think Ryan also might have just missed the sneaky Surveil trigger there. Obviously got a bit excited.
You know what? Fair enough.
Yeah, I would have been really excited at that point too. Like, it was the sickest thing to play in response to a Colligan's Command there.
So we see an attack for 5 + 3 is 8 damage, putting Jennifer to 6.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. This DRC is going to have 2 turns, and this Task is going to have to block the Pyrogoyf at this rate. Oh, there's Hydroblast drawn for Jennifer, so she does get to take out the Pyrogoyf. She's going to go with the aggressive line here. She does have the ability to activate the Tasker as well and try and grind through this.
Yeah, but we've got to find another answer for one of these cards here.
So, goes with the Bauble, Mishra's Bauble.
Mishra's Bauble, okay, cool. So
gets to
Surveil.
keep it on top.
Attacking for lethal here.
Yeah,
so,
Pyrogoyf dying.
And then we'll see an activation
taking
on
3.
See an activation on that Tassiger.
Yeah,
I love a Tassiger activation.
I imagine the Tassiger is not going to get the Pyroblast back. All right, so lots of options for Ryan here, and he's going to pick the one which is going to be least awful for him.
Yeah, I could see it being like a Corey Steel Cutter.
Lorien Revealed, I think, isn't actually a bad one, just because if maybe Jennifer draws 3 cards, doesn't necessarily have the mana to remove the DRC, because both Fatal Push and, I think, Bolt or Unholy Heat have been used.
Yep, makes sense.
Sees an Unholy Heat, draws the Unholy Heat.
And I don't know exactly when Ryan activated that bauble, but in Ryan classic fashion, he's going to activate that in upkeep of Jennifer's. So.
Yeah, seeing what she draws and the tack in with Tasiga. Ryan's got one draw step.
Unholy hit off the top.
Ryan even saw it coming with the bauble and just had to accept it.
Had to shrug. You got guts from me. So.
Well, there's a Murktide. That's a big one.
Ooh, that's a big Murktide. We might see an activation. Well, we definitely see an activation that Tasiga in a turn there.
Yeah.
All right, so.
See what else Ryan has in...
An 8/8 Murktide Regent.
A very big one, threatening to end game, and a Douthie Voidwalker. Ryan has deployed 2 lethal evasive threats, and Jennifer just has a 5-mana draw 3 in hand. This Tasiga, I don't know if there's much left in the graveyard that can maybe dig it out. Yeah. Like, both these creatures are evasive. Getting the Corey Steel Cutter is not going to do anything.
Just after getting out of it as well. You know?
But realistically, all she needs to find is a removal spell for the Murktide.
Just one removal spell is attack for lethal.
Dismember's not going to do it, and Ragavan's not going to do it.
Yeah.
So Ryan's just going to give her the one which is least useful, like maybe this Pyroblast with no targets.
That makes sense. Pyroblast is yours.
Hydroblast even.
Hydroblast, yep.
All right, she untaps.
All right, so this is the big draw step. Oh, what do we got?
Psychic Frog.
Wow, okay, so that's one blocker, but we got to still
deal with the
Douthie. The Douthie, yeah.
And Ryan looks like a fortunate series of back-to-back draws to just stabilize, and Jennifer's bricked.
Yep. How good was that Colgan's Command U versus Colgan's
Command that was so good. So interesting thing here is, like, I don't believe Jennifer has any other untapped red sources either, so I don't think drawing 3 cards, including a Red Blast, is going to be an out.
That makes sense. 1, 2, 3.
Carpet, Misty, Flooded, and game is done.
Yeah, okay. So go on to game 3.
Yeah, that was a good game. Ryan pulling it out in very nice fashion.
Yeah. I mean, that Colgan's Command interaction, that's going to... we're going to see that one clipped for sure.
Yeah, you could even see it in Jennifer's reaction there. She's like, of all the cards, just had to be that one.
Yeah. So both players shuffling up for game 3 here. We're not seeing any going back to the well for sideboarding. Do you think that that's like something that you like play differently or sideboard differently depending on play versus draw?
Based on these configurations, probably not, unless you really want to go the price of progress route. But I don't think either of these players want to make such a risky play.
Do you think it'd be all right if I paused the commentary and just went in there and asked them, can you please put in price of progress? Like, what if? Because I just want to see it.
You could try. You want to go knock on the door? Like,
look, you know what? They've already presented, so I think it would be inappropriate for me to do that.
Would that be outside assistance?
It would be outside assistance for me, right? It would be assisting me.
You could get disqualified from the tournament.
Yeah. Assisting the viewers as well because of the entertainment factor.
But that's your job.
Yeah, but it'd still be outside assisting of the viewers. So, yeah. All right, I'll choose not to in this particular instance.
All right, it's good because you are chained here.
Yes.
Looks like Jennifer's maybe considering some sideboard changes.
Yeah, just going through, making sure that she's got all the cards in there that she wants to have in there. Having so many blasts available to you in this Grixis Mirror, I can see going, you know what?
So she's on the play and chosen to bring the days back in over the second Blue Blast. And I like this a lot. I think the Blue Blasts do have a limited number of targets in these matchups, even though some of the threats can be very scary, like Deadpool and Pyroglyph.
Makes sense. So some big hitters in terms of 4 mana in those 2 cards. But both of those at 4 mana, good chance that they can get dazed as well.
That is true.
You had the pleasure of dazing somebody and picking up Mystic Sanctuary?
I have.
Yeah, that's...
it's a good one.
Let's bring up Mystic Sanctuary here so that our viewers can see what we're talking about. It is a land that if you control 3 or more other islands, it enters the battlefield untapped. So Mystic Sanctuary enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other islands. And then when it enters the battlefield untapped, you may put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library.
Do you know what, to me, the most important part about this card is?
What?
The land type.
Ooh, what is the land type? Land?
It is an island. And do you know what that means? It can be fetched.
Ooh, baby.
Which means that there are 4 fetches in Jennifer's deck that can find the Mystic Sanctuary to put any card, like instant or sorcery from her graveyard, on top of her deck, including the Lorien Revealed, which can find it.
And Price of Progress.
And Price of Progress.
Yeah, you can put Price of Progress back on top of your library if you have it in. Yeah.
Well, I mean, last time we saw that happen, it didn't work out too well.
Yeah, actually, back in Mana Clash, that was certainly.
All right, so Jennifer leading us off with a Bayou Duress. I think the other land in her hand as well is a Tropical Island. I saw a Ponder, Corey Steelcutter, and Ryan's just going to show it all for us. Undercity Sewers, Misty Rainforest, Scalding Tarn, Mishra's and Urza's Bauble, Psychic Frog, and a Murktide Regent. That's a very fast Murktide Regent, but it's not going to be very big.
True. But if that Psychic Frog comes down and stays around, that's going to certainly fuel some additional instants and sorceries in order for that Murktide to be able to pop off.
Yeah, or maybe just draw a bunch of cards. So Duress taking the Bauble, card for a card. Very nice, honest magic here.
Yep. Psychic Frog. Oh, that's a card. That is a card.
There's a few cards fused into one, I think.
Now, if anybody's just signed in, they might see that Jennifer is playing Grixis, but there's a Bayou in play, which is a bit of a weird card for a Grixis deck to be playing. But we also know exactly why.
Yeah, so Jennifer's list plays a Bayou and a Tropical Island, and this is to help facilitate both Deathrite Shaman and the sideboard Carpet of Flowers, which can give you a huge mana advantage in these kinds of matchups, meaning that you can just out-tempo your opponent very quickly by jamming Haymaker after Haymaker.
Yep, makes sense.
And so Ryan's seeing the Deathrite off the Urza's Bauble.
Incredible.
I believe that's Quantum Riddler in Jennifer's hand as well.
That card has been doing some work.
Cards are quite impressive.
So, Deathrite Shaman into Ponder.
Sees Volcanic Bloodstained Maya and the Douthie Voidwalker.
Yeah, real tight play by Jennifer here, choosing to play the Deathrite Shaman first in order to play around Daze, because she really wanted to resolve that one. So even though she might have found a different card that she wanted to play off the Ponder, playing the Deathrite Shaman first just means that, like, you know, I'm confident that I want to play the Deathrite Shaman this turn, and even if there is something that I might find that is better, I'd still want to be able to.
Yeah, you've got to sort of think about how many one-drops in this situation are better than Deathrite, and I think the only one that really comes to mind is maybe a Thoughtseize.
Yeah, Thoughtseize is the only one that comes to my mind as well. And Thoughtseize is still going to be good the next turn.
Yeah, so it looks like she's chosen to cap. So she's got the Bloodstained Maya. So I imagine she'll draw the Douthie and fetch away the Volcanic.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but I don't think I've seen Ryan miss a single Bauble trigger.
He's doing way better than me.
Oh, like I am so bad at remembering Bauble triggers.
That's why I only play Bauble decks on Moto. It does it all for me.
Yeah.
All right, we have the Psychic Frog. Kaito, Mental Misstep, Badlands, the other 3 cards in Ryan's hand.
Ooh, jeez.
It's a good way to make a Psychic Frog unblockable. Just give it flying and then get in with the Kaito.
Yep.
Jennifer?
Just in terms of like the ninjutsu ability on and Psychic Frog, that interaction.
Yeah.
I want to ask, like, can you attack with the Psychic Frog, deal the damage, right? Have the damage resolve and draw a card, and then flash in the Kaito?
Yeah, so an interesting restriction on ninjutsu is you can do it at any part of combat after the declare blockers step, which includes the damage step.
Okay. So that's a pretty cool little interaction there.
Yeah, the best one I've seen is use of it with Ragavan. So Ragavan connects, makes the treasure, and then you can sack the treasure to ninjutsu the Kaito in the combat step.
Oh, that's
and go turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 ninjutsu Kaito.
Wow, that's very cool. Very cool. So we're seeing a fetch land here from Jennifer.
Yeah, I imagine that's going to get the Volcanic Island that's on top of her deck.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, she worked it out.
Awesome. So what do you reckon's happening here?
I reckon there's going to be a Corey Steelcutter and a Douthie Voidwalker deployed here.
That makes sense. And we can exile a... Ooh, actually, no, we can't really exile the fetch land in Ryan's graveyard because he can respond by exiling all 3 cards and therefore countering the ability on Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's going to have to go for her own graveyard here if she wants to, like, guarantee it. Oh, no, okay.
Okay.
Kind of shortcut a bit and going for it. All right.
Fair enough.
I guess, like, Ryan doesn't want to lose his entire graveyard as well, especially because the Murktide is in hand.
And wants to be able to use the Psychic Frog ability to gain flying, maybe next turn. And has the also has the regent, the Murktide regent in hand as well. So
I think Ryan's just thinking about discarding a card before this Douthie Voidwalker comes into play, so that the card's in the graveyard and puts counter on the frog before the Douthie starts exiling everything.
That makes sense. That way the frog is nice and big and the cards are in the graveyard.
Yeah. Ryan's drawn... I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's a snow-covered island.
Yeah, fair.
It's the secret lair printing.
So a couple of different options available to Ryan here in terms of getting in with Kaito, but the problem with the Kaito is that thing's just going to die really quickly.
Yeah, it won't be able to survive a Douthie and a Corey Steelcutter in play. In fact, like, this board is quite problematic for Ryan in terms of what he has access to. Jennifer, if she just chooses, can choose to chump block the frog and stop Ryan drawing a card and still eventually spit out a bunch of monks along the way.
Yeah.
And Ryan's just incentivized almost not to play anything that goes into his graveyard because of this Douthie.
Yeah.
And I don't even think he wants to attack with the frog to, like, necessarily deploy the Kaito just because it's going to put him so far back on board.
I think I'd still attack with the frog, but maybe not put the Kaito into play.
Yeah, for sure. But it's being blocked anyway, so not going to get choice.
Yep, that makes sense. And then what is the play, the follow-up? Okay, just pass turn.
Ryan doesn't really have anything he can do. This Douthie is causing quite annoying problems. Jennifer picking up the Daze. So she's got Daze, Quantum Riddler, and Lorraine revealed.
Okay, so we can see a cycle on the Lorraine revealed, play a land, then play the Quantum Riddler, and that would draw 2 cards.
Yeah, so you can warp the Quantum Riddler here, which will draw 2 cards. Hopefully you draw some other piece of action that you can play to trigger the Steelcutter.
Yep, that makes sense. No opposition agent from Ryan there.
No. Yeah, I don't think that still would have done that much, to be honest.
Yeah, probably not.
I guess Ryan gets access to her Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah. Look, you might have convinced me that opposition agent not particularly great.
All right, glad to see I've taken the opposition in this side. So Jennifer trying to play around as much as possible, not really knowing that Ryan's kind of got nothing.
Yeah. I mean, Jennifer's in this interesting spot where I think she's in front, but it's very tenuous. Like this matchup, Grixis versus Grixis, some things like Colgan's Command can flip the script pretty easily. I could kill the Douthie Voidwalker and kill the Corey Steelcutter, and so like wanting to make sure that like, okay, do I keep the days open? Do I play other cards here? Like what do I do? And slowing down a little bit to just go, you know what? I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing.
Here's a cool thing you can do.
Yeah.
You can attach that Corey Steelcutter to the Quantum Riddler.
Oh, yeah. Then just get to attack.
Yeah, gives it haste. And trample. So it draws a mental misstep and a steam vent, meaning that we're not going to be able to get value out of this Corey Steelcutter. I was wondering if there was any merit to dazing the Quantum Riddler and paying for it just to trigger the Steelcutter, but I think it's a bit loose.
I think that's a bit loose, but I understand the concept.
Yeah, so this Psychic Frog may be getting in.
Maybe getting in for hit, yeah.
One thing that could happen is Ryan goes to cast a spell, and then we get a daze and a mental misstep out, which can trigger the Steelcutter and gives us a block for the frog, but we'll see how it goes.
I could see 2 cards getting played pre-combat main.
Yeah.
And that triggering the Corey Steelcutter. I could also see, like, honestly, that's the kind of thing I miss, right? Like when I cast 2 spells in my opponent's turn.
Yeah, it triggers both turns. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, insane. All right, so we see an attack with that Psychic Frog from Ryan and taking the damage.
Yeah, Jennifer kind of just has to let it connect here. And this could be Ryan's way to try and run away with the game, but he still has to deal with this Douthie.
Yep.
I think a Drown in the Lock is the card in that he's got there.
All right, well, that could deal with the Dorothy.
Yeah, deal with it quite well.
Yep, all right. So
Drown and Lock going at the Douthie, Jennifer only with a misstep and a daze. Neither of these are going to be effective here.
All right, so that goes to the graveyard, putting a card in the graveyard that is an instant. We've got 4, 5, 6 mana here. And then we've got a discard to the Psychic Frog.
And now we're going to cast the Murktide, and the Murktide is going to eat possibly a hard cast daze.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I maybe bounce an island here just for safety. Play around my opponent's daze.
No, I think I hard cast it because
You're going for it?
Yeah, because of the Riddler. I want to be able to,
sure.
I want to be able to hard cast the Riddler.
No, that does make sense. We don't have any more lands in the bin though, but we do have the Steam Vents in hand.
Yeah. So that's why I want to hard cast there. All right, so Steam Vents taking 2 damage.
And the classic matchup of Quantum Riddler versus Psychic Frog.
Yep, makes sense.
A lot of cards being drawn. Ooh, Unholy Heat a draw. So what do you think Jennifer playing the Steam Vents over the Arid Mesa? Oh, I know why. Arid Mesa, I'm pretty sure, is out of targets.
Yeah, okay, so we've got Steam Vents as a target. We've got, I imagine, Badlands as a target.
And
Volcanic Island as a target.
Oh, no, so the Badlands are still in the deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I might have gone with that play just so I'd have mana for the Deathrite Shaman.
Oh, yeah. In case Ryan also has a daze. So, hard cast Kaito coming down.
Yeah, that's going to be able to tap down this Sphinx and
then get in with the Psychic Frog.
Yeah.
Oh, pew, 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 pew.
Deal with this Sphinx for quite a while.
Yeah.
And
having the misstep in hand that can't easily be deployed just means that Quantum Riddler might not get that huge amount of value in any time in the near future, hopefully from Ryan's perspective. But we'll see.
I wonder if she's going to choose to use the Unholy Heat on the Psychic Frog. Because if she chooses to do that, what might end up happening is Ryan goes for the misstep, and then Jennifer missteps back, and this causes the Quarry Steelcutter to trigger, and that gets to attack and kill the Kaito.
Yeah, so Ryan choosing to not attack with the Psychic Frog here.
No, I think he wants to defend against the Steelcutter tokens, as this Kaito is one of the other ways he has of getting and staying in this game.
Yeah, that makes sense. But look, Psychic Frog also draws cards as well. So, you know, I mean, this is why this matchup is so intense. Because I don't know, I honestly just don't know what the correct play is there.
There's a Spell Pierce, I think, picked up there for Jennifer. Arid Mesa finding the last target before it's too late.
That's fair.
And we do have Delirium. So what I think is going to be mostly interesting about this is Ryan's best play here is to not mental misstep the Unholy Heat.
Yeah, like there's just no way that you made that play.
I mean, this is kind of almost a mirror of the Colligan's Command situation we had earlier.
Yeah, totally.
Or what could be, no, she wouldn't do that, but you could always like misstep your own Unholy Heat to get the...
to get the trigger.
Yeah, and then she can cast another spell, daze it and counter it, like, you can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, true.
Maybe she'll choose to Spell Pierce here, the Unholy Heat, and pay for it.
Yeah. 6 damage on the Psychic Frog.
And here's the misstep.
Yep,
2 life for Ryan, and the misstep back from Jennifer. Triggering the Steelcutter, which is going to remove the Psychic Frog, get a token, and kill the Kaito. Plus, as an added bonus, leave open a Deathrite Shaman.
Yep.
For whatever activation. You've got 2 green sources and 2 black sources. And yeah, Jennifer looks like she's taken a fair bit of control from this game. There's one more turn off from the Quantum Riddler that Ryan has. A Mystic Sanctuary, which can come in and get a mental misstep at best. And even if there was a good target, the Deathrite Shaman's just there
to be able to eat it up. So, what's this card here?
That is an Unholy Heat.
Yep, okay. Unholy Heat on the Deathrite Shaman.
Exiles the Psychic Frog, choosing to play around possible Reanimate or Emperor Bones shenanigans later.
Yep.
Oh, no, sorry, chooses the mental misstep, goes for the life total.
Okay, yep.
Which I don't hate when I have a Quarry Steelcutter in play and a Quantum Riddler.
Yep, makes sense.
Spell Pierce being the last card in her hand.
So we got creature, planeswalker, creature, instant, So creature planeswalker instant. You can't really kill that Murktide Regent with that thing. So yeah, not using the ability on the Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah, it doesn't quite kill the Quantum Riddler.
See the Riddler.
Draws 2 cards, so good. Drawing the Mystic Sanctuary and a Ragavan here. I'm dashing that Ragavan.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'm probably going to get really lucky and cast a great spell off Ryan's deck, and that's going to trigger my Quarry Steelcutter.
Yeah, and that's a good idea.
And then as a bonus, I'm going to have a Spell Pierce backup.
Yep. So that Riddler at this point has drawn 3 cards and is a 4/5.
That's pretty good. We did test this card in the Grixis matchup, and that's kind of what it was for. It was like pretty solid when it works.
Yeah.
So getting a Ponder on top, I guess, is just kind of like having something better than nothing. Mystic Sanctuary.
And then we've got a Ragavan coming in, dealing some damage.
The Ragavan having dash here works so well with Quarry Steelcutter. Just being able to have that instant, second spell you can always cast.
Yep. So again, down to 1 card.
Ryan's on 8 though. Next turn, the Ragavan alone is lethal, and Ryan has drawn something very hidden.
Damnation.
Ooh, that wouldn't necessarily even be that good. It's like cast the Ragavan, cast the Preordain, and hit for 4.
Yeah. Maybe his own Riddler would do some work.
Yeah, that would be good, but it's a blast to blast the Steelcutter. And then makes Ryan pay 2, meaning Jennifer's down to 1 card, so she gets to draw the extra card.
So that Ragavan is the last card left in hand, and that's the game.
Yeah, Ryan packs it up.
Too much value from that Riddler and the Quarry Steelcutter. So, yep.
It was a sick match, a lot of back and forth.
That was awesome. I really enjoyed that, and really well played by both players.
Yeah, Grixis match mirrors are good fun, and usually the Grixis players in top 8 are very good Grixis players.
Yeah.
It's a very hard deck to play sometimes, and a lot of deck of fine margins that matter a lot.
Yeah. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. So
I think the players did as well. They were laughing, having a good time. They're still laughing and having a good time.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to take a short break here, and we're just going to confirm as quickly as we can whether the top 4 is going to be playing it out or whether we're going to be calling it if they do a split.
So we still have at least one other top 8 match going between Volty and Matthew Judas. Okay. And I know Volty wants to bash for glory. So if she wins, there's no split.
Excellent. All right. Well, we'll confirm very shortly. Oh, there is another round. We have confirmed. Excellent. Thank you very much, team. That's awesome. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this extra round, which is going to come to you as soon as this other quarterfinals is finished. And so then we'll bring you the semi-finals, and that's going to be an awesome watch, I'm sure. Some amazing players playing some amazing Magic in an amazing format.
Yeah, and it's been an amazing day so far. Long day, good day, and they're always good.
All right. Thanks very much for commentating with me, Dylan. Always a pleasure. We will see you all in the next round very shortly.
Always a pleasure, Isaac.
Alrighty, welcome back to Canbrawl. We've got the semi-finals coming up. We've played 72 rounds of Magic today. It's currently 4:20 a.m. and we're looking forward to 16 more rounds. Can't wait.
It's going to be a long night. If you can't tell by the bags under my eyes, I'm already at my peak, But this is a good semi-finals, to be honest. 2 of my closest friends in the Magic community currently playing. We have Jim Wilkes, the godfather of Grixis himself, who we've seen on camera multiple times today, and Jen, who has picked up the deck today and decided to play 7-point for the first time today. So, she's doing pretty well for herself.
Not bad. Not a bad first day.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a good test for her, though, to see how she navigates the mirror against arguably the best Grixis player in Australia. So, very keen to see how this goes. Jen is luckily on the play as the 3rd seed. So, Jim should have done a little bit better in Swiss. That's on him. To be fair, I play around. Jim actually got paired down when he was one of the only 3 5-0s. So he lost the 33% of there and had to bash. Whereas the other 2 got to ID their way straight into the top 8 for the last couple of rounds.
He got 1 bit of bad luck today.
One little tiny bit.
1 little bit.
1 little bit. Swings and roundabouts, but it's more swings for Jim.
This should be an excellent game.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be very fun. Jen literally got this list as like the older version of the Bus Stop Grixis list, so it's only like a month old. There's only been a few changes, but one of them is just the Mystic Sanctuary swap. And Jen's also still playing Mental Misstep in the list, as we saw in her quarters match. So I hope Jim knows that, or we're going to see his face when he gets misstepped at some point in this game.
I hope that happens.
Me too. Honestly, Jen's also playing Quantum Riddler, which is fast becoming my favorite card in Magic, and it's doing well. We originally wrote it off thinking it's probably not going to be good enough, but watching her have it in play today on and off camera, it's been really, really impressive.
Turn 1 Monkey, strong.
Does Jim have any way to deal with this Monk? Looks like we have a Cling to Dust, Brainstorm, Reanimate, Troll, Murktide. Okay, so we're going to cheese. Jim's plan is cheese this monkey. It looks like Jen has Inquisition. She has, is that a shell? No, it's a Baragoyf. Drown in the Lock, Ponder.
Inquisition. Yeah.
Her hand is actually stacked for this interaction as well. Like the way these two opening sevens line up is actually really, really bad for Jim. Oh, it's even a Deathrite Shaman. Oh, my lord. Yep.
Right.
Jen does have the second land as well. She has the Polluted Delta.
Do we play Inquisition here? Do you...
I think you do. You get the option to hold up, like, the Drown in the Lock as well. And, like, if you get the Inquisition, you get our card in the graveyard. So you get the option to actually use the Drown in the Lock on a 1-drop, which half of the Grixis deck is 1-drops.
Yep. So she's opted to keep the Polluted Delta. You think that's just for a Surveil and end step?
Yeah, I think if
nothing gets cast?
If she doesn't need to use the Drown in the Lock, then the Surveil is fine to go for here.
Yeah. And a lot of people would have just kept the treasure there, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Jen correctly has identified that the Grixis deck is so cheap and efficient, you don't need to realistically hit every land drop, have every mana source.
Yeah. And yeah, just smoothing out those next few draws as well. So brainstorming in response here to protect a key card from Inquisition.
Yeah, and it looks like Jim's protecting the Reanimate there. His hand is now basically Inquisition proof.
I think there's Emperor Bones and maybe DRC.
Yeah, but like the key cards, Kaito, Murktide, Troll, all going to be fine, all going to be safe.
Yep.
And then Jim's also going to put back the... Oh, okay. I was about to say, he might put back the Cling to Dust as well if he's not feeling it in the matchup, but it is kind of key. So maybe it's the Emperor Bones. We're going to let her take the Cling to Dust as a... Put it in the graveyard. That's where it belongs anyway.
Yeah. That's just good, clean living.
Exactly. Stacking it correctly. Good to see. And then, yeah, the fan out. Here we go.
Pick a card, any card.
Jen's like, I get these two. I get only these. And yeah, takes the DRC. So the best part as well is the Gloomlake Verge doesn't tap for black, but we can use the Gloomlake to cycle the Troll to go and get bad lands to then have the full mana base unlocked and reanimate the Troll off the top. I mean, this Drown in the Lock is probably going to put a pretty big, damper on those plans, but it's still like a nice little sequence for Jim. Oh, okay, maybe Jen's going aggressive here with the Ragavan and she's going to play the Deathrite Shaman as well.
I guess Jim's hand's got a lot of graveyard dependent stuff, so maybe she wants to get this Deathrite Shaman online.
I can see that.
Have summoning sickness.
Jen is very new to 7-point, as I said. I don't think she's played much with Brainstorm, if at all, so she might not be aware that, like, hey, a common play pattern is you hide your good cards with the Brainstorm and you stack it in a way that it's not going to be that impactful. Yep. So she might not realize, like, hey, the top of the deck is going to be terrifying for you. You may want to,
slow down.
Maybe slow down, yeah. But she's all gas, no brakesing it looks like. So that's a Marsh Flats, Volcanic Island, and her own Cling to Dust? Potentially.
It's a nice one to hold up.
Honestly, yeah. I kind of love it. But then the downside is it's 2 lands underneath. She's drawn the Marsh Flats. Okay. Okay, so Jim's going to get to do shenanigans.
Yes. He's ecstatic about that.
He's actually going to use the island to cycle for the troll. So we might even be looking for like undercity sewers here potentially. Or still that Badlands.
Yeah, I think Badlands still decent.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially with how like heavy Jim's hand is, having just access to untapped mana is going to be pretty crucial moving forward.
Interesting sequencing though, that didn't just cycle and then play the Badlands.
Yeah. Jen has just realized, uh-oh. Hang on, that wasn't in the hand.
That's a big boy.
Yeah. I mean, don't use Jim for a lot, but
Yeah, a lot of damage.
this thing's massive.
I mean, yeah, there's a good old-fashioned race going on here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Baragorf helps a lot.
Baragorf is going to help a lot.
Jen. I need to update Jim's life total.
I can definitely see Jen not acting quick enough in the next turn as well, when Jim could potentially go fetch land Murktide. And unless you respond to the cracking of the fetch,
Yep.
then you might not get another chance. Like, you're not going to get another chance to respond. The Murktide will just be on the stack. There will be no graveyard. Which is also going to shrink the Baragorf that Jen could be presenting here just to a 2-3.
Yeah. Yeah, which makes racing it very hard.
Yeah. And when you have a 6/5 that needs to be blocked by your entire board and a at least 5/5 flyer in the Murktide that only will grow, bit worrisome.
Yeah, this is one of those things where we discussed where like just the skill ceiling is so high in a format like Highlander. It reminds me when I first started playing Legacy, and if you maybe just fetch the wrong land or
Yeah.
brainstorm wrong or ponder wrong by
Or
one
even just
card.
like cracking your fetch land at the incorrect time or leaving a fetch land uncracked. Like
Yeah.
the first time you cast a spell
Yeah.
and you have a fetch land and you're like, I can play around daze,
Yeah.
and your opponent wastelands your fetch land, so you crack it and then they daze your spell and you're like, oh, I learned something. I'm not glad
And I'm
with
not
how
happy. I'm not happy that I learned it.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel good.
Yeah, a lot of disgusting things you can do in Legacy.
Yeah.
And just one of the things is that these cards are super high powered, and people who've been playing these formats usually have been playing them for a very, very long time. They're used to the bullshit that goes on.
Yeah, like Deathrite Shaman Wars.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many resources that can tax the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's about trying to eke out your own advantage, or sometimes it's about preventing your opponent from getting whatever little advantage.
Even just like Brainstorm is, in my opinion, one of the hardest cards to cast correctly in Magic.
Absolutely, yeah.
There was an old pro player, AJ Saka, who wrote, I think it's like a 50-page like manifesto on how to play Brainstorm in Legacy.
Yeah.
And it's so informative and so deep.
Yeah.
But it's just like, this is just one card. This is just like one pillar of the format, right? And in Highlander, it's even more complicated because every deck is 60 unique cards.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I think a nice heuristic for newer players is just if you can hold on to the Brainstorm, hold on to it.
Yeah.
The longer you wait, the better it gets.
This is one of the pieces of advice that AJ had was if you can end the game with a Brainstorm in your hand, you get a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Where you're like, didn't need to use it, didn't have to use it.
Yeah, same with Ponder, all those cards.
Yeah.
Because the longer the game goes on, you know what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Whereas early game, you've got to mix a land and spells. What do you really want?
And I think that's a big difference between Eternal formats and things like Standard and Modern, where players are so used to playing on curve, playing with mana constraints, but navigating those perfectly, that they don't seem to sequence cantrips correctly when they get into these Eternal formats, and those micro decisions end up mattering a lot. And so yeah, here we go. Ready? Jim's gonna fetch. Jen does nothing, and he's going to slam Murktide and be like, cool, we're at this point of the game now.
Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Tapped out. And that Adrenaline Luck's going to do nothing.
Yep.
Donuts.
And here it comes. Come on, Jim, make the play.
Susie maybe think. What's he thinking about here? Is it days? No. Could be days, right?
His hand is Kaito plus Kaito, Murktide, and the Cling to Dust. If he thinks Jen has a daze, then yeah, he might have a pause for it. How does this go wrong for me?
Yeah. Because that would be.
Yeah, but I think just the impact it has on the board,
Absolutely.
and like now he gets to swing in with the Troll, and it'll trade with Jen's entire board. And is this Baragoi for 3 power or 2 power?
Sorcery, land.
Yeah,
So
it should
2/3.
be a 2/3, I think, for the Baragoi there. Unless there's an instant off screen that we can't see.
She just might not have updated after the next side.
Yeah, that's very fair as well. Okay, well, there's the instant then. So
She's so far ahead of us.
she knows. And yeah, Jen, very like relatively new to the Magic scene and phenomenal skill.
Absolutely. She's killing it.
She was very worried after after her RC win that, as we all have when you get those big tournament finishes where you're like, is this just a fluke? Was I just really lucky that weekend? And she's very dedicated to getting better at the game, which is something I really like seeing in players.
Yeah. That Brazen Barrel was a nice draw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Good reset.
That's actually really, really good as a draw.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Interesting.
I guess the Barragov can block and trade.
Well, I mean, you have to block with everything, right?
Yeah, but
I think she's
can't
getting,
block the
yeah,
backside,
I think
so-
she's just going to get aggressive. Jim is on 11.
yeah, she can race.
So yeah, 5 damage coming in. Plus we get the Barragov to grow itself, potentially.
And that Death Right can deal another 2 or gain 2 to help swing the
That's a
dice.
creature. It's a little bit bigger now. Unless she takes it. And why wouldn't you? It's Ember of
Pretty good
Bones.
one to take.
Emperor has been a card that's really impressed me today on camera.
It's fantastic.
Really, really impressed me.
Yeah. It's just such a good card to run out. It's just a bear. You don't care if they kill it, but if they don't, it can win you the game.
Yeah.
Oh. she's
There we
done that
go.
play.
The post-combat ninjutsu. Well, like,
Oh, now she can
end of
stun the
combat step.
troll.
Yep.
Amazing.
That Brazen Borrow was such a huge draw.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Wow. Game swinging. And that might be it. Honestly, that just might be it.
Yeah, just again shows how powerful these Grixis style decks are. That every card you draw could just win you the game or
Yep.
just swing so much percentage in your favor.
And it's just like, life totals don't matter. Life totals don't matter. All of a sudden, wait, I'm on 5.
Yeah.
I'm on 6. You know? And it looks like Jim hit an expressive iteration. So good option to, try and dig out of the hole he is now in.
Yeah. So what's he want to hit here? Like a molten collapse and a
Okay, so we've got the cling. Now, how are we going to approach this? This Kaido is going to be a nightmare as well. I mean, it's very hard for Grixis to interact with this card. It's one of the reasons why it's in the deck this weekend.
Yeah, also you mentioned earlier that they only play 2 4-drops. But Kaido's a 4-drop.
Kaido's a secret 3-drop. Kaido is cosplaying a 4-drop, but realistically, this guy's a 3-drop.
Oh,
Never mind, I was totally wrong. It's a
sounds
4-drop.
like it's a 4-drop to me.
Come on, how about we just meet halfway? It's a 3.5 drop.
Okay, I like that.
I can go
Round
with
up
that.
to 4.
Yeah.
So Jim's Kaido dies to Jen's Kaido?
I think Jim dies now.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Jen can just go
two
Emblem the Kaido,
Yeah,
ding with the Ragavan, shove.
sure. Also can deal 2 with Death Right. And
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Attack with Kaido.
So there she goes. And let's not forget, like,
4 power now?
yeah, Jen won an RC with Kaido. she knows how to handle this ninja. Yep, and Jim is dead. What a swing that was.
That Brazen Barrel.
Yeah, like
Crazy.
game winning.
Crazy.
Yikes.
Yeah, that was fascinating. Because that Murktide looked real nice.
Yeah,
It
I was
looked
like,
real scary.
in Jim's position, I'm happy to trade the Murktide for the Barragov there and then just have the Troll run away with the game, you know? And
was great.
Yeah, wow.
Shooketh.
Brazen Borrower is like, you know that Flex Seal meme where it's the like
Yes,
big
just
water tank?
smack it on
And it's
it,
just
yeah.
like
Fix all your problems.
every problematic matchup and it's just like, how about Brazy B? Smack. I played a few test games with Jen while she was in, while she had a little bit of spare time while she was drawing. And she brazen borrowed my Nadu, and she went, and I was like, yeah, trigger, and she went, this trigger's on my cards as well. I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, this is not a problem that Brazy B fixes. I am so sorry. Kakar, he's back.
All right, so again, I guess the baseline is to board out some of the counter spells.
Yeah, the 2-for-1s are coming out.
Blasts.
Some of the discard spells are probably going to come out,
Yeah.
and these blasts are coming in.
Yeah.
Depending on how green heavy they are. So from memory, the bus stop list is 1 tropical island, which they never want to fetch. Jen's list has a bayou and a tropical island. So I don't know if Jim's had time to really pay attention to Jen's list to see that, she's heavier green, to the point that he might want to bring in the submerge, might see it as a better option than something like, Unholy Heat. If it's going to be one of those games where if your graveyards are getting taxed, maybe the Heat doesn't have a Delirium, it's not going to hit those bigger things.
Yep.
But the blasts for sure. Like, you're a blue and red deck, you're facing another blue and red deck, you're going to have 4 blasts coming in.
Yeah, well, Jen also has access to Carpet of Flowers, which is going to be huge in this matchup.
Yeah, that is. Breaking serve on mana is a very, very crucial thing. And Carpet of Flowers definitely does this. Very old school templating. Almost every green deck in the room is going to have this in the sideboard.
Yeah, it's actually one of the main reasons that they splash the green. It's for Death Right activation and for this card.
Exactly.
And at this point, it's basically a Gruul deck. Famous words of Dominic.
I love that. But yeah, shuffling up for the game 2 here. Jim's going to get his chance to be on the play, and we'll see how this shakes up. I think I actually like Jen's setup better post-board, purely because of Carpet.
Yeah.
Jim does have Price of Progress, though.
So does
Actually,
Jen.
they both do.
So does Jen.
And is Jen on 2 basics? I'm assuming so.
So we've got Island.
No, she's on just Island. Jim is on Island Swamp. So maybe this matters for Price of Progress.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. I do like the Price of Progress just can get a draw.
Yeah.
I love that.
Honestly. I also do know that this late at night, this deep into the tournament, Jim might just bring in the Price of Progress to be like, I don't want to think about
I'm
it.
done. Yeah. Either way, I'm done.
Either
If
way.
I lose or I win, I'm finished.
Right?
I think she's open with the Carpet of Flowers.
Oh, disgusting. And she has the fetch land for the green mana too.
Thoughtseize to make sure we can resolve it. Is that a Spell Pierce?
It looks like Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Ragavan, Carpet.
So-
And Jim has Bauble.
Drop. What an insane suite of 1 mana cards that Jen has.
Oh, he has Death Rush Shaman too. Okay, that's pretty serviceable here. And is that a Douthie, a Kaito, and what is that card at the back? Is that is no way it's Shoot the Sheriff.
Maybe like Fatal Push, maybe? Oh, is that a Barrago?
Might be Baragorth.
Yeah.
Might be Baragorth. That makes more sense.
12-sided die.
Just pick one, guys.
Look at her go.
So professional. God damn. If they re-roll this,
What?
I'm having words with
Why
both
would
of them separately.
12-sided dies pick? To make it quicker. Oh, okay. We just pick one to make it quicker.
We could have just picked one, guys. I'm literally going to have words with both of them about this and be like, come on, what are we doing here? Just pick a card. It is, what time is it now? 9 p.m.?
It was 4:20 when we started. So
Oh, true, it was 4:20. So
it's 5 a.m. now.
we could just make up any time, right? Like, if Australian viewers are watching us, they're probably just like, it's not even that late.
We're in
And
2027.
overseas viewers are just like, what is going on down there? It's like, we should have the camera upside down. Like, it's a whole thing. We're really got to lean into the Australian 7-point Highlander. Separate ourselves.
It's crazy, these balls, how much they just make you take actions
Yeah.
for doing nothing. Like, we're finally getting to Jen's turn 1. There's just so many things that have happened.
And it's like, there's so many things you can do with it too.
Yeah.
And so many ways to play with baubles as well. Especially Mishra's bauble.
Wow. Look at this carpet. It just automatically... Oh, she doesn't want to use the mana. Okay.
I don't think she... Oh, yeah, she could have used the mana second main phase.
Yeah, main phase too.
As I said, she's very new to Highlander. She
That's
might
right.
not understand that Carpet of Flowers, you can pick a main phase,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So you can pick second or first.
It's templated so weird. And
Yeah.
usually when something says main phase, you just assume it's your first one.
Exactly.
But
So
yeah,
yeah,
she's going to get a huge advantage out of this.
oh, next turn it's going to go bananas.
Like already it's going to produce 2 mana next turn for her.
So Jim can lead on Barragoyf here. We could play Douthie. I don't think Douthie's where you want to be right now. So yeah, I think it is going to be Barragoyf. And it's going to be the world's smallest Barragoyf.
It's a little guy.
Just a little guy. Not even that intimidating. But Jim knows that Jen has the Thoughtseize in hand. So I think he thinks his cards are more safer on the table than in his hand. And seems about right.
A lot of good types that she might want to attack the Kaido or the Kori Steel to get this Barragoyf bigger.
Yeah.
Using that Thoughtseize. Black, red.
Oh, not going to play that. Yeah, so this is actually really interesting because Jen can then see there's no fetch lands in the graveyard. This Death Threat actually doesn't make mana. Maybe I don't crack my fetch. Maybe I just hold it in play. Get access to a Surveil land at a turn. This Carpet, as I said, this is the one card that I was like, this is probably going to be, impactful. And it's in opening hand on turn one.
Yeah.
Jim only has islands in hand. Could not play around it with like a Badlands or a Gloomlake Verge.
Could have had a Daze. I would have played around it.
You know what? You're right.
Could have just been better, really.
See, this is why they made us go on coverage, because they were like, too powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let them enter.
We want to see different decks throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
So.
If I'm just 7-0, they're not going to want me around anymore.
Yeah. And we'd be watching Grixis all day. So imagine that. All right, so drawing this bolt, nice, with all that red land.
Well, we might find red land. Hi-ya.
So if we can mill over a land, then the Death Right's active again.
If we mill a good creature too, this is huge value. Man, this deck is just good cards.
Unbelievable.
Every card I'm just like, man, this is way too good to exist. Oh my god.
Another red creature, let's go.
Another red creature and no land. Barry's a little bit bigger.
Good old Bazza.
Just got to give everything a little bit of an Aussie nickname. Once again, lean into the format.
Yeah, and it just becomes so removed from the original thing, right? Maybe not everyone knows Barry, and then now you're calling it Bazza. And
it's like Steve as well.
Yeah, Steve's great.
Steve is a great one. For those who don't know, Sakura Tribe Elder in Standard eventually devolved into be called Steve.
Right. Okay. You can only add one color with Carpet of Flowers, and Jen's chosen 2 different colors.
Yeah, because she went Thoughtseize plus Ragavan. Oh, we've had so many things happen. The judge is like,
Barragoyf.
Barragoyf has connected. Multiple cards have been milled. The Surveil land got extra info on what happened with this Ragavan. Like, this is a nightmare. So, how long have you been playing Magic?
I started in 2014.
Okay. Infamous judge call from Australian Magic around like when I first started. So this was probably 2006, I want to say. So when Extended was a big format.
Yep.
Before, that format doesn't exist anymore. It kind of turned into Modern, but not really.
Yep.
There was a top 8 match at a PTQ where it was Storm when the kill combo was Mind's Desire into multiple copies of Mind's Desire, eventually with a Grape Shot as a finish.
Yep.
And then the other deck in the tournament in this matchup was Elves.
Yep.
And the Elves player, the Mind's Desire player, the Elves player plays an Ethersworn Canonist, which only lets you play one
spell per turn. Each player can play
one non-artifact spell per turn.
Yep.
The Elves player plays it, does a few other actions, like attacking, adding some mana, activating some abilities, passes turn. The Storm player plays a Desperate Ritual, and both players are like, yep. And the Storm player plays like 2 more spells, and they both forget there's a Canonist in play.
Yep.
Storm player then resolves like 3 copies of Mind's Desire,
Amazing.
Flips through most of their deck before one of them goes, oh wait, hang on, there's a Canonist in play.
Amazing.
And the judge walks over and goes, I have to rewind this. This is heinous. I cannot believe you're making me do this. They had to go back through every single action.
No.
The rewind took 25 minutes. And then he goes, oh, so I guess we're going back to the point where I put Desperate Ritual on the stack. I'm going to pass turn. And then the Elves player goes, my turn, untaps and starts and goes, glimpse,
Oh my
glimpse,
goodness, come
and then
on.
starts going
casting
off.
creature spells? Oh
and then they both went, wait a minute, no. And the judge just walked over and was like, I'm not dealing with you anymore if you don't fix this yourself.
Both DQ'd.
And if Corey was old enough to have been alive back then, our head judge for the day, he might have just had terrible flashbacks to that time. Anyway, back to the match at hand. It looks like we're still waiting to see what the fix is going to be for this. Or are we just saying it's too far past the point?
It looks like that, to be honest.
Oh, we're just moving on? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we just got confirmation. We're just going to move on. And Jim's chosen not to pick up the DRC from the graveyard with this Barry, so valuing the extra power and toughness on the Barragoyf. Just going to do a quick check. We've got instant... No, we don't. We have just sorcery, creature, planeswalker, artifact. So we're a 4/5, so we're still dying to dismember.
Yep.
So I'm not sure why we wouldn't pick up the DRC. Maybe we want to gain life with the Death Ride here?
I mean, realistically, you can't cast it anyways.
Yeah, true.
Because
True.
it's short on red. So maybe the extra type is more useful.
Yeah, maybe. And then we get to get the trade there of one pointed one drop for one pointed one drop.
All's fair.
But Jim now loses access to red mana unless he can draw a fetch land or a red source.
All right, so we've got one black in the pool.
One black and pool. We drew a black one drop. So incredible.
Unbelievable.
Perfectly played. There's a Douthie,
She's so good.
Corey Steelcutter, and Lightning Bolt.
Just take the Douthie and strand the two red cards? No. Taking the lightning bolt. I guess it's the only thing that stops the
Yeah, because
Baleful Strix.
if you draw a red source, the Baleful Strix is going to die. Barry connects again. If you draw a red source now, it's like, okay, play Steelcutter.
Yeah.
I don't need it. I've got this little owl in play. Jen's hand is pretty atrocious, though. While she may have the mana advantage with this carpet, she also has 3 other lands in hand and a spell pierce. So,
She's got a huge mana advantage. Overwhelming mana advantage.
so many plots of land does this woman control. It is insane. Honestly, this is a major contributor to the housing crisis we have.
Absolutely, yeah,
Is
yeah.
what Jen is just hoarding wealth over here.
Property developer, Jennifer.
Meanwhile, Jim just stranded with these two lands. He doesn't have a certain color. It's just
1% of our top 8 owns 25% of the land.
oh, I love it.
This is rough for Jim.
I still think he's weirdly in like a decent position.
The Murktide's nice. It was a nice draw.
And we might just go like, please, just trade with this Barry. It's not that big a deal. Don't worry about it. Don't even look at it. And then while we don't need our graveyard, we can Merc.
It's tough, so he can't even cast the Dorothy Voidwalker either.
No.
He can't cast anything.
He has uncastables. And Jim might even have a point where he's like, if I play this island, it gives her more mana. Do I want to play around days to the point where I'm giving her 1 extra mana for a turn? What if she just hardcasts, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's not aware that she's got all lands.
Yeah.
So he's terrified.
And this is very interesting, casting the Murktide pre-combat with the Barry in play. Still shrinking the Barry significantly. Actually, is it?
There's a Baleful Strix on the other side, so
Yeah.
doesn't matter how big it is, really.
And now it's at the point where it's just like, these are both very threatening creatures.
That's right, yeah.
You can only block one of them.
Yeah.
I do think that the way that the Grixis decks are built, it's a lot easier to kill a Barragoyf than it is to kill a Murktide. You do have access to Fatal Push. You do have access to, Dismember, which would be able to kill it at any point in this sequence, right? You are worried about, I guess, Unholy Heat might be able to kill both. We do have Artifact, Creature, and Sorcery.
Yeah, we're one shot.
And now we do have Fetchland in hand.
Oh my goodness. Never punished.
There's also blasts you have to worry about with the Murktide versus the Barragoyf. So it's an interesting decision tree to take there. And Jim opted not to play the land. So heads up. But yikes. There's a lot of mana over there. And she can even fetch for a Surveyor land. Just be like, yeah. I'm just flexing on
flex,
you.
yeah. Maybe bin like a Cling to Dust or something. Just add to it.
This is...
Kind of just rolling over Jim here, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah. But it's also just one of those things where it's just like, how does he play this differently? You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, not to discount Jen in any way. There are just certain games of Magic where you play them and you just go, I don't think I could have done anything differently here, and I still got rinsed.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, so it's Grixis Splash Green, right? So it's playing 4 colors, and the mana base is insanely good. Dual lands, fetch lands.
Yeah.
But there is a cost.
Exactly.
And sometimes you don't get all 3 colors. Like, he's got 3 colors right now, but the green is costing him. If
Yeah.
that was a red-blue land,
Be
or a red
so
black
happy.
land,
So happy.
yeah, and so sometimes this is the cost you pay to play.
And it's one of those
colours.
things that the deck's on, 8 to 9 fetch lands. So realistically, you expect to have a fetch land and maybe a non-fetch land in every opening hand.
Yeah.
So that's going to be all your colors that you need access to.
Yeah.
Jim's just drawn the no fetch lands hand,
Yeah.
and he's just drawn, it looks like a Shieldred. So we're on 3 uncastables, and Jen is on lands and spell pierce. So, this is very anemic of a game. It's, can Jim draw something that matters? And can Jen draw anything to do with this mana?
Yeah, it's crazy how it's reset. Nothing on the board.
Jim's going to get the full info here. She might spell pierce this to be like, conceal some information. Or she's just like, just take it.
I think you cast it there because it just taps out Jim.
Yeah.
right?
And just be like, just have a look. See my shame.
Yeah.
I have nothing. Complaining no one's renting her lands. Like,
You'll own nothing and you'll like it.
so
Yeah, what
Jen,
a fascinating game. Just Jim doing nothing, Jen doing nothing.
Jen thinning the deck. There's probably not any more lands left in her deck to fetch. I mean, realistically, there's a bayou and a basic island. And she's drawn the Brazen Borrower. There's the flex tape right there.
Amazing.
Fixes everything.
Amazing. Can't be stopped. He's going to do it.
Legacy All-Star Brainstorm.
Should have waited on it.
Yeah,
Wait
see.
as late as possible.
Jim doesn't get the pat on the back for this one. So he's actually drawn castable spells. This is huge.
Counterspell, Stock Up, and Emperor Bones?
I think it's Daze, Ledger Shredder, and Emperor.
Ah, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
That is
So
Daze,
Daze is going to be a great pickup here for Jim. He's also Brainstorm locked himself.
Amazing. But at least he's got a land drop because of the days.
Yeah.
Far out.
I mean, at
What
least
a tough game it is for Jim. Wow.
maybe this Emperor of Bones doesn't die. We get to eat the Baragoyf. Maybe we get to attack with it.
Yeah.
Maybe we get some extra little bit of value here. But knowing Jim's luck, the way this game and this match has gone, he's going to bring back the Baragoyf and attack with it, and it's going to mill all of his red lands.
Sure.
And then he's going to give us the Jim from The Office look at the camera and just be like, yeah, this is my life today, apparently.
I mean, I think whatever creature he plays is just going to get petty thefted.
Yeah, back to the hand with you.
Away with you.
And then generic 3-power flyer might just get the game over. But Jim is on 25.
Yeah. That Baragoyf did a lot of work.
It did. Honestly, it did a lot. There's moments where we're like, the life totals really don't feel like they matter for Grixis until it's too late, really, to catch back up. And Jen being on 11, this actually might be that point. Is he trying to get a little cheeky with this monkey?
Get a treasure.
Yeah.
Get the red source finally.
I'll make my mana my own way. I'm a hard-working man.
At this point, Jim's not trying to win. He's just trying to cast a red spell before the game's over.
Oh!
Deadpool.
Once again, I hate this card. Stop existing.
Just straight off the top.
Yeah,
Just
and
raw
it's
dog.
free off this
Just
carpet
raw
of
dog.
flowers.
Insane.
Jim looking at this days so miserably.
Wow.
Oh, goody. So here's my Baragoy. And Jen also has Petty Theft, so if Jim activates to get the Ragavan, then she can Petty Theft it back to her hand.
Well, they can't anymore because it's Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, true.
He can take 3 damage.
Ow. 22. There's the Shieldred we know about. And Jim's Brainstorm locked for 2 turns. This is probably just it.
Yep.
We might be donezo.
Could be on 35 life, and if you're not casting spells,
Yeah,
you'll
exactly.
die.
Jen's finally making good use of her mana by doing whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
All right, so hear me out. Last turn, you play the Legislator. Mm-hmm. This turn, you play Emperor Bones. Whole priority, daze it,
Pay for it.
pay for it, get the trigger off Legislator.
Broken.
And get yourself out of the Brainstorm lock.
Honestly, kind of love it. Kind of love it. But then you have this Deadpool that's going to be able to connive repeatedly. Please stop. I can only take so much.
He's already dead.
This thing is already miserable. It's going to adapt. It's going to be a 7-5. It's just going to run over Jim so hard.
Barraglove's back to being big as well.
Yeah.
Graveyards are stacked again.
Graveyards have had a lot of time to grow while we've been doing nothing. All right, I wonder who won in the other semis match because it looks like that's just finished. But we are still in this match. We are still going. It doesn't feel like we're still going, to be honest.
It doesn't feel like we've started yet, to be honest.
This feels like those like circa 2010 control mirrors where it's just like nothing will happen for many, many turns here.
Just make your land drops. Jim, you've learnt nothing over the years.
Interesting. Okay, so Jim actually got a chance to chump with the Deadpooled Emperor of Bones. And that was the last card from the Brainstorm lock. So
The Ledger Shredder that Jen's played?
yeah, that's the
Real fancy
Secret Lair, I think, from when Bloomburrow came out, one of the extra special bird versions of the birds. And
5.
bang, 5 damage coming at you. Jen choosing not to exile anything? Or was that Brainstorm exiled this time?
I'm not sure. Don't.
Who's to say? I don't think it really is going to be that relevant. I think she wants to keep the Emperor of Bones in the yard.
Got a red source. He's done it.
A tapped red source. How perfect.
Greatest player of all time.
What a way to just encapsulate exactly how this game has been going. Just right on time.
Yeah. The turn 12. That's red source.
Jim's got his head in his hands here, and it's not because, how do I think about this surveil? This is, how is this happening to me?
That's nice of Jen.
That is. Jen is genuinely wants integrity above everything else in this match, and in this game as well.
I mean, it's a hard format. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Getting the connive here off both halves of Brazen Borrower. Every piece of the Buffalo getting utilized.
Every piece of the borrower.
And yeah, I mean, as we said, Jim was on 25. It didn't matter what life total he was on. The overwhelming advantage that is being amassed here is insane.
Well, and every land he's got is an island too. So
Yeah.
she just keeps, that carpet just keeps adding way more mana.
And we're looking at Barragloif here. We've got Planeswalker, creature, artifact, sorcery, instant, land. This thing's huge.
It's at least 25 power.
Yeah. So the Barragloif's going to come in. We've got the Ledger Shredder, the Borrower, the Deadpool. The Deadpool's going to have 2 counters on it as well.
Yep.
So 13, 16, 17, I'm counting, which is exactly lethal. Yeah, this looks exactly lethal for me. Yeah.
GG's.
GG's.
Damn.
Yeah, this is one of those awkward moments where, we couldn't rewind the carpet because of how much it happened, and it was just such an overwhelming advantage to start the game like that.
Yeah.
I think both players are pretty upset by this, to be honest. Jen doesn't want to win like that.
Of course, yeah.
Jim doesn't want to lose like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like Jen just said, she's new to this format. And at the end of the day, if she gets a GRV for it, she's got no others.
Hey guys, Sam here. Just thought I would drop in to clean some stuff up from the stream. Sorry for the jump scare there, but there's a couple of things that we just need to talk about really quickly. First of all, there was no finals, so we're just going to leave the rest of this blank, just so there's no spoilers there. Jen and Judas were the two who made the final, and they split the prize, and Pat was very happy to provide a prize split on that and pay them both out in cash. So well done to Jen and Judas. Really well played by those guys all day at Canbrawl number 5. They did really well, and both on the same deck, Grixis, and just really dominated the field there. The other thing is that we saw in that last game that there was a misunderstanding over how Carpet of Flowers worked. Jen was feeling really bad about that, so I just kind of wanted to have her back and mention that to you. She offered a concession to Jim, who didn't take it, basically saying that he also was at fault for not understanding that rules interaction. So unfortunate ending for those guys there, but both very mature about it and, did their best there despite that. So we're just going to be blank for the rest of this. And I just wanted to say thanks for everyone who's been watching these and watched live, as well as the competitors we had on the day. The next thing coming up is the event to end all events. So that is the Winter Lotus main event. We've got Sydney Showdown on the Sunday, and we've got Invitational on the Friday. So if you're not qualified for the Invitational yet, make sure you check out our socials and find a way to get into that event. It's really high value and no entry fee. So hopefully you guys can come along to that and have a good time as well. We also have the release event for Avatar over that weekend. It'll probably be the biggest release event in the country. In fact, I don't think that it'll be remotely close. So that'll be a heap of fun. We got a lot of prizes going on there. So make sure to join us on the Friday evening if you guys are free by then, or perhaps are not going to the Invitational. And we will have more release events across the weekend. The other thing as well is for the Commander players out there, or perhaps the competitive players with Commander friends, make sure they come along as well. We've got a few Commander prizes in the works, as well as free play all day for that community. So really excited by that, and I'm going to look forward to seeing them all there. Make sure that you say hi if you see me at the event. I'll be around, as will the other members of commentary. So say good day if you see us around there, and tell us about your cool decks. That'll increase your chances of getting on coverage. So, all right, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.